forward to the cloud. Recording. Okay.
Michelle, I sent you the link. Let me know if you get it.
All right. So we are recording. I'm going to start out. So for those of you who are brand new, which there actually are a lot of new faces this month or even last month, I'm Joelle Bargan. I am Caitlin's upline. A lot of you know Caitlin because I don't think any of my direct downlines are on here. And obviously we're sisters. We joined like 2 weeks apart. I joined first and Caitlin jumped on board 2 weeks later. And we've just been going at it and it's been really fun. And we are super pumped up to just keep growing this team and to have you guys grow your teams and be successful. And so we are just trying to create like the best tools for you guys to help your new teammates as they come on and to help you guys to continue to succeed in this business. So anyways, yes, we created this REP 30-day, first 30 days checklist when somebody joins. Actually, Caitlin created it because I can barely even create a cover photo on Canva for Facebook. I'm like literally terrible at Canva. And Caitlin, it's like so easy for her. So she created this whole thing. We did obviously share ideas back and forth with it, but she's the mastermind behind this whole thing. So give her a shout out because I am very challenged when it comes to being creative with technology. So anyways, if you are on this call, it means that you want to grow your business because I'm pretty sure if you're on this call, most likely you're not just here for the discount. You want to grow your business with Zaya. You want to grow a team. You want to succeed yourself. You want your team to thrive and you just want to keep getting better and better. And so, which is really cool that you guys are here because that's the point. We as uplines, you know, we have done a lot of things that have been good and a lot of things that we failed at and we learned from. And so we're just trying to help you guys with the best knowledge we have and things that worked with us.
Trying to make
somebody else.
Yeah, someone mute yourself. There's someone.
I got hold on, somebody can't get into the meeting. Kellen, why don't you talk for a second?
Okay. Make sure everyone's muted. I hear someone typing and I don't know who it is. But if you're not muted, it's probably, I can hear probably anything that you say. So we wanted kind of the idea back on this workbook, and where I kind of got the idea was, one of the ladies that did a huge video, was talking about how having like a good start, your first 30 days as a new rep is like make it or break it basically. If you're able to have a good start, you have all of the tools, you are going to be successful. And so I was thinking about it, like, what are the things that make people successful right away? What is important to incorporate in your business right away in the first 30 days? And so that was kind of what inspired me to put this together was I wanted something that you could look at and you could work with your upline with to be better and encourage you and like help you not have too many questions. And just kind of like work back and forth with each other and be able to like flawlessly be a team, because sometimes it's hard to like let people know your brain when you already know Zaya because you know so much more. So you want to kind of give them a little piece of that, that they could read at any time and that they could ask questions about and things like that. So that's kind of why I created it, was I really wanted to give a tool out where people had some guidance. And I thought that would be helpful for everyone, whether you are a brand new rep, you've been a part of it for a year, or you just got a really bad start and you want to start over, which is possible. If you use this workbook, no matter what step you're in Zaya, no matter where you're at, it's going to be beneficial to you in some way. So that's why I am really excited about it, because it doesn't matter what type of rep you are, how long you've been a part of it, it's going to be beneficial. So
yeah. And I see so many people who are, so many people comment like on the, like this week I saw a handful of people comment on the Zaya marketing site, like, how do you create an event link? How do you know where your party sales are at? Like, questions like that are like, everybody should know that the first day you join Zaya, because your upline should be teaching you those things and helping you. So, and it just, honestly, it just amazes me that if somebody is like joining you under you, that you don't teach them those things, because it's like, then why are you, why are you having people come under you if you're not going to help them to at least even figure out how to set up an event link, like something so simple. So we just want to help you guys, give you the best tools we can to help with that. Also, we do know that there's a lot of new people on here. So this first 30 days checklist is actually going to help you. So whether we're your uplines or somebody else, they can walk you through this checklist, and it will be great. We'll help you guys. So let's.
Does everybody have the workbook?
I think Brooke just came in. Kellen, can you send mine to Brooke?
Yeah, I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure everybody has the workbook. I'll send. So here, I'm going to send Joelle's link again.
Yeah, Brooke and Amy, just coming in, click on my link that Caitlin's sending in the chat. This is the checklist, rep checklist. So click on that if you. Kellen, did you talk about how this isn't just something, because I wasn't paying attention, I was trying to get the Zoom to work. Did you talk about how this isn't just something you hand your rep and say, here, take a look at it, like you have to walk through them with it?
Yeah, so this rep book isn't like, a guide that they're suddenly just going to know everything on this list. You want to walk with them with it, because you guys know if you have a rep under you, hopefully you know more than them. Sometimes it only maybe a week in between that you guys, like Joelle and I, when we signed up, we didn't really know much. She didn't know much more than me, really, maybe a little bit, and so we were kind of walking together. So if that's happening, that's okay. This is what this workbook's going to help you with. But if you know more than your downline, obviously pour into them. You want to be working with them. This book is made to be so you can be a better team together, so you can like grow stronger together and help each other like grow your business the way you want to. So, if your downline is wanting to grow a business and like be successful, this is going to help them, and it's going to help you be able to help them. So it's not like I'll send it over to you and then you figure it out after that. You do want to be walking through them with it. So we're going to go through the workbook with you guys and just talk about each page a little bit and why we made it and why it's important. So then you guys kind of have a little foundation about it as well. So,
and you might be seeing something in here where you're like, oh, I've been doing this for a year. I should probably do this thing. Like, I should probably go live on my Facebook. You might be seeing something in here that actually might benefit you, even if you're not new. So, just be aware of that.
Yeah, because there's stuff that I've read in things and I'm like, oh wow, I wasn't doing that, I should do that. Like even 6 months into the business that I hadn't done, and it really affected me because I didn't do it. So there's a lot of good stuff in here. So all right, so if you guys all have it open, if you were able to, just comment in the chat so I can see that you guys were able to open it up and look at it. I just want to make sure you have it, so when we go through each page, you see it. Perfect. Jen, Kayla, Michelle, Amy. Okay, so the first one obviously just says the Zaya workbook, and then the foundation and the basics. So this chapter is basically just like the basic things that you need to know about Zaya to get started. Just basic things, nothing really crazy, but this you're going to go back to all the time. You can save this in your phone. It's going to save it as pictures for you. And so then you always have these links because this first one is links to remember, like myzaya.com. That's how you get to your website. That's how you sign in. And then just a few other ones that are important as well. like Post My Party. If you've never heard of that, you want to know what that is. I know Chelsea has been using it this past month and she's loving it. I could never do Zaya without Post My Party. It posts your entire party for you in the whole week. So if you don't know what that is, talk to your upline or me or Joelle, because you need that if you are doing parties. It is like the groundbreaking program that is going to help you do way more parties in a month than you're capable of doing on Facebook, like alone. Canva is how I made this template, or how I made these graphics. So Canva is just a really wonderful place to like make really pretty graphics and make them look professional. And I don't know, it's just a really nice, you can get a Canva for free, or you can pay for the upgraded portion of it as well. So you can have Canva for free and use the some of their options, which is still really good and what I started with. Zoom is what we're using right now. So we all have those. And then the Instagram pages, those are where you can find the live reviews for Zaya when they're doing their Zaya Wednesday or have any like announcements, also new releases, restocks, promotions, things like that. So those are those pages. If you don't have Instagram, the Zaya Active page on Facebook does all of those as well. So you have those options. You're muted, Joelle.
Sorry, I had a train going by, so I muted myself. The next page is very just straightforward. It's how to connect with corporate. And to be honest, it's very hard to find these things in your back office. I've tried many times. So the beautiful thing about these files is you can print these out, you can save them to your computer, and pull them up anytime. You could like print out if you're a visual like me and save them in a binder. And so here's customer service hours, the email for customer service. Obviously, there's always that chat in the back office, but then there's the phone number, which is always hard to find. And then the returns and exchange address. So very, very straightforward, but really like a huge necessity to have. So
yeah, and it gives you the hours, which I constantly forget like how long they're open. So, and the new hours on Saturday too, because they're open on Saturday now as well. So you always will have that if you need it. Literally save this little page in your phone and you will always have it. And then you can always refer back to it. Then this next one is really important because it's the first 30 days checklist. And this is kind of to jumpstart your success. So Joelle and I kind of pulled out some of the most important things that we feel that you need to do within the first 30 days of being a rep that are going to set you apart from others. And if that's something that you want, this is going to help you 100%. But you have to be in communication with your upline, and we have that in there for you guys, like video call with your upline, because that really changes things when you can connect with them and they can show you things that you may not know, and just like kind of make that call. And then there's just personalized things on each little part. This is not something you have to do tomorrow. You know, you don't have to have all of this done tomorrow, but there's some things that you could get 5 of them done in one night because they're just simple. You know, schedule a call with your upline. That takes 5 minutes. You know, you just have to schedule the call. You know, get your kit and use your gift card. That's not hard to use a gift card, right? We all love Zaya, so it's not hard to use your gift card. Things like that. But then it gets a little more tough because it's going to push your limits. It's going to push you a little bit out of your comfort zone if you're not comfortable with, you know, sharing your why on social media or going live in your Facebook group. Those are scary things, but tell your upline that. We want to encourage you guys because it's so good when you do that and the people react to you so well. And guess what? When you mess up, it's okay. It's just natural. I mean, all of us mess up. Cassie, you know, me, Joelle, we all have some really bad fails sometimes in our groups with our kids. And it's just, so, I mean, we all know, like, it's okay.
I'm like the queen of fails. So
yes.
I'm pretty sure people watch my videos just to see me fail.
Literally, her kids are the best. Like, they just always bring a show.
Every time.
So I mean, no one cares if you mess up or if you say something stupid, laugh it off. It's okay. You know, and the more times you do it, the better you're going to get. Like Jen, she just started, I know she's on here. She just started Zaya and doing lives. And you know what? I know she was really nervous when I told her, you need to go live tonight. And she was like, okay, you know, but she did it and she's rocking it, you know? So like, just jump head in and it's going to be amazing if you do that. Just keep following those things on that list. And if you need help, contact your upline. And if they're not sure, their upline might know. So you know what? If I don't know something, Joelle might know more than me in something that I don't know. And that's okay. You can contact, they can say, I'm not sure, but let's talk to Joelle or let's talk to Caitlin, you know, see if they would know. Reach out for help. Don't just sit there and not know, because that's not going to help you. So that first 30 days, I highly suggest going, oh, what do I mean? Go live. What do I mean? So like their first Facebook group, like go live in your group. Like if you've never been live before, or if you just started your Facebook group, start going live in them. Now you don't have to go live every day, just like once a week, you know, go live, push yourself out of your comfort zone. And if you want to go live every day, that's not going to hurt you, you know, but we're not telling you to go live every day. Just make sure.
A live video.
Yeah. Do a live video.
A live video. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's what.
Do a live video. And so this checklist, I highly suggest printing it out and starting to physically check it off. If that's how your brain works, you have to physically check it off. Do that, because you can print all of these pages if you want to. So look through all of those things. And if you guys have any questions on those, obviously reach out to any of us or your upline about any of these things. But this is going to set you apart from everybody when you do these. Yes, doing a live video in your VIP group. All right. Joelle, you're up.
Okay, so this next one, 4 simple tips, very self-explanatory. You just read them. You just talked about going live, creating excitement. The first party is only the beginning. The more you host them, the more momentum. Some of us have really good first parties. Some of us have terrible first parties. And to be honest, I think I've had 50-50, really good, really bad, but I just don't give up. I know that, like, I just had a party, I hit like $1,400 this last month, and I had a party that didn't get one sale. So the thing is we know that, and that's okay. And don't like beat yourself up about it. Just keep pushing. The more parties you have, the more teammates you'll get, the more customers. So anyways, I can go into mindful of your energy. Take the recharge as you need. Sometimes on the weekends, I just know that I need to kick back, and you know, like I have things scheduled out for the weekend already. If I'm not having like a super busy party, I have my VIP stuff scheduled out, and then I just, you know, go out to eat, whatever, get a drink. You need to have fun. This business is about doing less to be able to do more, if that makes sense. So it's one of those businesses that, what am I trying to say?
I know what you're oh, that's really funny.
Oh, I'm sorry. My brain is not working right now. Like eventually we want to get to the point in this business that we can work anywhere, obviously, and still have a good time. Okay. Choose at least one training to be involved in. This is super important. When I started out, I didn't have an upline to help me. If I'm going to be honest, I didn't. And I just immersed myself in trainings. I listened to podcasts. I looked up YouTube training videos from people I don't even know from Zaya, because I wasn't even a part of these other groups because nobody invited me. And I took the initiative to train myself and find those resources. So we give you guys a lot. Like, you don't have, you're not going to miss out on trainings because we're posting them all the time. So choose at least one to do at least a week. It helps so much. It really does, even just to get you motivated again, honestly. All right, next. Growing your why.
So
take a minute to reflect.
Yeah, this one I created because I wanted you guys to write out your why, because sometimes it keeps changing. Like my why from when I first started to now is so different. Um I just was hoping to make a little extra money and I loved the items. And so that was kind of what I was planning. I had no idea what it was going to look like and I didn't really know. I was kind of nervous and scared. But now it's like, no, I want to make this like my main income. I want to make this my main business. I want other people to have what I have and I want to share this with everybody. And I am like 100% head in, like it's so changed. And so I want you guys, whether you've just started or you've been in it since the start, to just write down your why. Like, why are you here? Why did you start? What makes you excited about Zaya? Because you're going to have to look back on those whys on the hard days, because there are going to be hard days. There are going to be days. I have them like I have maybe, a week here where I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm going to make, like, this is going so poorly this week. Zaya is not going great, and you just get in your head and you tell yourself all of these negative things, like you're not worth it. You're not going to do good. You're failing. But then you have to remember how far you came, why you started, and why are you doing this? And it's going to re-motivate you to keep going, because the moment you let those thoughts get to you is the moment you fail. And it's not that you are failing, it's that you let yourself fail. You don't keep showing up. So it's like that one, I feel like Chelsea, you were the one that posted that one thing. Remember, it was like the last hit and he was going to get to the gold or something, like that one meme where it was like when you give up or something. And he was like anchoring like a rock or something. And he was going to hit it. And like, there was like this big treasure in there. And he was just like 1 inch away from hitting it. Was that you that posted that? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Literally.
remember. I was trying to think of what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah. That was like huge. Looking at that one, it was like, he worked so hard to get to that place because he was looking for the gold, and he was 1 hit away from getting it and he gave up and walked away. And you're like, that could be you. So it's like, don't give up. The only time you can give up is when you're having a good day and you truly want to give up. You're having the best day and you give up then, not when you're having the worst day, because then you could miss out on so much. So growing your why is just really important. And I wanted just to let you guys know there are going to be hard days, but that's just with anything in life. And persevering is what is going to bring all the things that you really want in this business.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It'll fuel you. Once you see your why written down, and like Caitlin said, you're having a hard month, the party didn't go well. I often look at that and say, listen, I don't care. I'm going to keep trying because I want to, help my kid get vision therapy. That's going to be $10,000, like those are, you're just real wise, right? Like I want to go on vacation, so I'm going to keep trying. So they really do help you. Okay, next one, list builders. So this is I think this is really good to have just to write down, because we always can think about those people in our head that we want to ask if they can like do a party or ask about joining Zaya, especially if you're new. I feel like when you first start out, you have like so much opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I first started out, like it was just crazy because you have so many people just like in the reach of you that like you probably literally have 10 to 20 people you can think of that you can ask to have a party right away or reach out to. The more you get into this, you have to network out and branch out more. And so if you're just starting out, this is huge for you because you literally like your opportunity is right here. And all you got to do is grab it, reach for it. So, write the name of the person that you would like to ask to book a party, that you want to ask to sign up. Write the names down, the date you reached out, that's really important. And the date you followed up, super important to follow up. So very, very simple here. What to do. Okay, the chapter 2. Go ahead, Keon.
Okay, clear and motivated.
Self-evaluation.
So this is going to kind of get you guys thinking about things that you're comfortable with. Because if you read all of these things, like how clear and motivating is your why in your business? So if you just started, your why might not be that strong like mine was, mine was kind of iffy. I had fear behind it. I was unsure, I didn't have a lot of support. Like when I started, Joelle was my only supporter really right away. My husband was like, no, don't be adding another thing. Like, come on. So, I mean, it's, there's just truth to that, like I didn't have a lot of support. So I was really nervous. So mine would have been like a 2, but now my 10 or my like why is a 10, so I built that up and that's where I am now. Maybe your why right now is a 10, so that's good, so fill this out and circle where you're at and like come up to the total of where you're at. And when you get to your total, share that with your upline, because I want you guys to like talk about it together. Like, well, why do you feel like you are not comfortable with reach outs? Why do you feel uncomfortable with that? What bothers you? Let's talk about that. Can I help you with that and be more comfortable? And these things are just going to help you reflect on yourself and how you're doing. And no matter if you've been in Zaya from the beginning or not, it's still good for you to do it, because then it helps you realize where you struggle and where your strengths are. So this is something good for everybody, no matter who you are. But fill that out and send that to your upline. And if you are the upline, ask your downlines that have this workbook, hey, what's your self-evaluation number? Like, where are you at? And like, what was maybe your lowest number? Where are you struggling? Start communicating with them. And since we all have this workbook, it'll be easy because they'll know what you're talking about. We all will know what we're talking about. Like, man, I really struggled with this one. I was like a 1 at how consistent am I at following up? Ugh, I need to get better at that. Maybe that's why I'm not, booking parties, because I'm not following up, So just that is just something really simple that will help all of us kind of figure out where we're at in our business.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the next part's
so
just
if you
kind
go
of
over to
talking
the
about
progress tracker.
Yeah, go ahead, Joelle.
Yeah, we just talked about that. Reach out to your upline. So go over to the progress tracker. So listen, when you first start out, like when I first started out, I had big goals and I was already dreaming of like what I wanted to do and accomplish before I even started, like during my launch party. Don't sell yourself short. Every single one of you, no matter your age, your gender, your financial status, whether you're mom or you don't have kids, wherever you're at in life, every single one of you can attain big things. You can hit your goals. And so do not sell yourself short. Don't talk yourself down like, oh, this first month selling $1,500 is impossible. The more things negative things we tell ourselves, it will become a reality. If you speak to yourself positively in your mind saying, I am going to hit $1,500. How am I going to do it? I'm going to come up with these ideas. I'm going to reach out to my upline to see if she has advice. That is what is going to launch you into this business and continue to help you hit these goals. So don't sell yourself short. Every single one of you can do it. It's possible because we've seen it. I see so many types of people in this business succeeding. So this is just a tracker to help you guys get to director at least the first 90 days. Right, Caitlin, director?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. And that might seem hefty, but it's totally attainable. And so, follow this. And then you can write in there your 90-day goal. You can write in your 1-year goal. And maybe you need help with like talking to your upline about it. Like, hey, what do you think I could attain? I mean, I think you can attain anything, but this is just a really cool visual to have. What'd be really cool is to like print this out and to put it on your wall somewhere if you have a space at all, like for Zaya or anything, to kind of like fill in or write things, like I reached this goal. Here I am. Bathroom mirror.
Michelle. Yeah.
It's awesome. So definitely share this with your upline and print it out yourself because we all need it.
And if you guys have like, say you're looking at these goals and you're like, I can do 2,500 for my PV. you go, you cross that out and you make it bigger. You know, if you want bigger, you go bigger. It is not something that you're like, I get to 1500 and then I'm done for the month. No, you keep going.
Yeah.
You go as much as you can. You go as hard as you can. And the more you get, you like cheer yourself on. You make a new goal. So say you crushed that 1500 in a week, who knows? And so then you say, okay, I'm going to do another 1500. I'm going to add another 1500 on there. So don't sell yourself short. Like Joelle said, once you crush those goals, you keep crushing, you keep going, because that momentum, once you just let it go, it's hard to get back. So keep rolling with the punches is when you're doing it, you just keep going. But highly suggest printing this out, or at least saving it on your phone. Yes, Kayla, goal is 1,000. That's always the best goal, because you get that 28%. But yeah, print this out. Any of these you can save on your phone or print out. And so you can always just be looking at them, and you can talk to your downline about this. If you have downlines, you can be like, hey, how's that? How's your goals going? Your progress tracker. Or, you know, if you made your own goals, like I wanted 2000 PV instead, how's that 2000 PV going? Like, how are you doing? And just keep in contact with them. Or if you have an upline and you want to tell them about it, be like, hey, you know, I'm so close to that 1500 PV. I can't wait. You know, we want to like be a part of it all. So, progress tracker is just a really good one for a visual of where you need to be to like be really successful in your business. Training resources, these are only like 1% of the things that are out there that you guys have hands on, that you can have available. But these are the 3 best that we have found that right away we would highly suggest you guys listening to or reading, because they just have so much like knowledge in there, and there's so much good stuff, especially if you're new. If you're not new, you probably already know about these because we've talked about them a lot. But if you are new, this book, Listen Sister, is the most amazing book you've ever heard, because they have so much knowledge to give. And then you can actually get it on Audible, so you can listen to it in the car or walking around, like however you do things. I listened to mine. It's only 3 hours long. So within like 3 days, I listened to it. So it's just a really good book. And then the new rep training, this one, she talks, it's one of the, I think she's presidential, Amy Ward. And Cassie, I know that you love this one too. Amy Ward's one about put a party on it or whatever. She nailed this video. I mean, it was insane. It was so good. So I highly suggest that. I know anyone that's listened to it, she inspires. She's so good. So I highly suggest listening to that one. And then we all have lives outside of Zaya, right? So Zaya is not our only priority in life. You know, we have other priorities as well. Zaya still needs to be a priority, but with other priorities, right? So we have a family, we have maybe a full-time job on top of that. So how does it fit into our life as well? And this is kind of a little bit of a video on how to fit it into your life while you are having a full-time job and you have a family. Because most Zaya representatives have both of those. They have a full-time job and they have a family, a very busy family. Most people aren't just a stay-at-home mom like Joelle, and that's not who they are. They have all of these other things going on. So that is probably what, Joelle, like 90% of people have full-time jobs and families and things. So I mean, it's not abnormal to be a busy person and add Zaya into your life. So, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
What did you see,
And like
Kayla?
we said in the beginning on that checklist.
Yes. Kayla said, I read something that said, if you want something done, give it to a busy person because we will get stuff done. It's so true. They 100%. Say the busiest people. Yeah. The busiest people get the most done. I don't know why it is, but it's just like you find time. I don't know.
Yep. Yeah. And there's some really good resources here on that one YouTube video we posted there that can show you how to prioritize your time and how to kind of split it up in chunks of time and what to do. Because like Caitlin said, we all are super busy. The bottom line is, if something is your priority, you're going to find time for it. And it's just a fact. You know, you'll find time if it's your priority, just like anything in our life. If we need to exercise, if it's our priority, we'll find time. If we need to cook, Caitlin, calling you straight out, we'll find time for it, you know. But if it's not your priority, it's just, you know, it's going to be back here, and you're not going to find those certain things to, you know, you're not going to go out and search for, okay, how can I find the best time to do this and whatever. So that's the workbook. So what we're going to do is we're only going to share it with people who watch this Zoom recording. So So if
Like,
you have a downline,
you're breaking out.
So if you have a downline, or should we just share it, or should they share it with their new downlines, or what?
Yeah. So for everyone that's already a part of our team here, anyone that's joined this Zoom obviously already got it. And then anyone that watches the replay, they're just going to message us and say, hey, I watched the replay, and we're going to send them the workbook. We just want everyone to understand the workbook and not just be like, get it handed and then they waste it. You know, we want them to actually understand what it is and really appreciate what is in there. But then anyone that gets a new rep on board, we're going to show them this video so then they can understand it too, because we want them to know. We want everybody to understand why we're asking them, hey, did you do that evaluation yet on yourself? Because if they don't know what that is, it's going to be hard to all be connected, you know? So we really just want everybody to be on the same page. So we want them to watch this video first. And it's only going to be like 40 minutes. So if they can find 40 minutes just to kind of watch to see what this is about, I think it'll be easy. And then we can all just share with the workbook.
Yeah. And so if they're watching this video, they're not going to have the workbook right away, but at least they can just listen to it, and then we'll hand it out. Because the thing is Caitlin and I actually put a lot of work into these things, and we don't want to feel like we're just being taken advantage of, to be honest. Like, we put a lot of thought and work to help everybody thrive. And we want to know that people are serious about it. So we're not just going to hand this out to anybody, you know, if people don't want to do it, because it does take a lot of our time to do it. And we want you guys to obviously become successful, so you guys can like do so well, you know. And so we want to help that. And so we feel like by putting a little bit of boundaries on things, like, hey, if you're serious about this business, sure, we'll give you the workbook, listen to this Zoom for 45 minutes, you know. So that's kind of why we did it as well.
Thanks, Michelle. Thanks, Kayla.
Hopefully that wasn't too straight up. Listen, I'm just a Midwest girl from New York. Okay, so
go ahead, Joelle.
I don't know what I was going to say, to be honest.
So there'll just be a question at the end. For anyone that didn't watch this, what is your like favorite thing you're looking forward to for the workbook? Just message your upline that answer and they'll send you the workbook. So, and that's basically it. Joelle, do you want to hit off of record, and then we can just answer questions on here?
Yep. Let me figure this out. 1 second.
Anyone that has questions, either unmute yourself or